Welcome back, my babies. So let's get into this astro tea of what's going to be happening celestially. So yeah. We have a lot happening this week. I think it's going to be really, really great. Quick side note, if you are interested, I have the podcast version of this video. I will have the link in the bio for you. So keep that in mind if you prefer to, get the tea. But you don't really want to watch a video. That's, totally up to you. I completely understand. So that's going to be in the link for the link in the bio. Yes. And it's available on all platforms where you can find podcasts. So keep that in mind. So yeah. First up, we have Mars entering Sagittarius, and we have Mercury entering Capricorn on the same day on December 13th. So the great thing about both of these energies together is that Mars is the warrior, the initiator, fire, passion, drive, and then you have Sagittarius, which is very big picture thinking. It's very optimistic, and so I think what you could do, and what I'm going to be doing as well, is harnessing this energy so that I can really get a lot of different things done. Maybe some projects that I haven't quite finished, because I do have a lot of things kind of happening in the background. But I think I can really just utilize this energy in the best way possible. And I strongly suggest everyone do it as well. So with the Mercury, actually, let me back up. With this Mars entering Sagittarius, I do feel like a lot of us have been in these mind states where we're not quite sure how to get past certain obstacles. But I think with Sagittarius, being very optimistic, I think you're just going to be a little bit more optimistic about things. It's like, and your luck is going to be, very intense at this time as well. So I think it's just like when you're facing say for instance, if you're going for a job interview and instead of being like, oh, I don't know if I'm going to get it. Oh, I don't, just be like, kind of switch your thinking. So it's like, you know what? I am more than enough. I am very qualified for this job. The beautiful thing is, if I don't get this job, something else much better is going to come along. Or it's just like, I think I'm gonna get it. I think I'm going to get it. But also, again, it's just like being more optimistic about how you view things in life. And I think that's really going to, get you much further than thinking a little negatively. Because again, negativity attracts negativity, and that's how it goes. So stay a little bit more positive, because again, if things work out for you, great. But if things don't, there's always going to be something better coming to you, and keep that in mind. I'm hearing because with divine timing, the best way I can explain divine timing is Amazon. So say for instance, a lot of us are probably ordering through Amazon, Christmas gifts and things of that nature. It's something that we can't control. We can expect it to come by this date, but again, things can still fluctuate because it's a busy season. So say for instance, you ask or you purchase a product and it's all the way in Portland, so it's going to take however long it's going to take to get here. But also you have to take into account all the different people that have to be in place for you to get your package. That's divine timing. It's certain individuals that are in place for you to get what you need and get what you desire. So it's like, again, you can't control these things. All you can do is wait. And that's kind of it, but just be intentional with your energy. It's like, while you're waiting, what else can you be doing? With this Mars energy, how can you use this fiery, passionate energy to get things done while you're waiting for your manifestation, your gifts, your desires to come your way. And so with Mercury in Capricorn, Mercury is all about the mind, the way you think, how you communicate. And Capricorn is the business CEO type. So you might have had a lot of big picture ideas, a lot of things kind of floating up here. But I think what you can do is write things out on paper and use this Capricorn energy to make sure that you can take all of these big picture ideas and break it down into manageable pieces so that you can actually accomplish what you want. Because you can daydream and things of that all day, but if you're not taking action to get where you need to get, then and same thing with I think I definitely went to a church where they were like, God, gimme all this, I want this, and this. And great, it's great to ask, because the universe, God, source, whatever you want to call the creator, is going to give you what you desire because you deserve. But at the end of the day, if you're not putting in the work, you're not going to get it, or it's going to take longer for you to get it. That's something to keep in mind. It's not that you don't deserve it. It's just like you haven't put in the work, and that's the thing. It's you gotta have that reciprocity is very important when it comes down to you manifesting your desires and everything. So then we have on the 18th, we have the full moon in Gemini. So full moons are amazing times for release. You might also discover that you could be really horny during this time, which is normal. Because again, release. I think okay, this is where we going. Spirit. Okay. There could be a lot of sex. I need to do a refresher, but I did like a episode or a video on sex magic. I'm gonna redo it. Yes, so I'm gonna redo it, and the one thing that I'm gonna say right now is that, Spirit, what is going on? This is like the second message where sexual energy has come up. Some people are deprived. I understand. It's okay. Anyway, sexual energy is so powerful. It creates a vortex. And you suck in all of this energy from the spiritual realm. It could be from the other person that you are having sex with. It doesn't matter if you're if you're by yourself or with another person or multiple people, but you do you. But the thing is, you need to use that energy and Mars energy. Oh, yeah, people are gonna be real horny around the time. Oh, and Capricorn energy. Oh shit. Okay, if you don't want no babies, just okay. So because we got Mars energy, which is your sexual drive. You have Capricorn energy, which in tarot is ruled by the Devil card. Not a bad thing depending on what's going on in your life, but essentially the Devil card kind of represents in tarot these quirks and kinks and things of that nature that you might not express with others, but it's something that you're wanting to try, just whatever no shame. No, I don't kink shame over here, but the thing is, it's just like things that you are into. And so it's like you're going to be exploring a lot of these different things. You're going to be just releasing a lot of these like limiting beliefs, a lot of these like restrictions that you put on yourself. And I feel like a lot of people are just going to do whatever they want in the extent that people are going to just embrace who they are. Sagittarius energy is very that, it's like embracing who you are, not giving two fucks about what other people think, because again, this is your life, and if you spend too much time being concerned about what other people are going to think, you're living your life through them, instead of just living this life to your fullest potential, which is what you should be concerned with. Because the thing is, it's like when you set your intentions, like say for instance, if you are running a business, many people think that like, oh, a lot of people, and I've been here too. Many people think that like, oh, I'm doing this thing and I've seen a lot of people do it, but the thing is, they don't have they are not you. You can bring something completely different to this arena if you focus on what you like, what you enjoy, what you want to bring to the table, and all of those different things. And we have a lot of Mercury or Gemini energy, a lot of ideas that could really be coming in, because during full moons I always get really amazing ideas, because again, like I said, it's all about release. So your guides are going to be releasing a lot of information to you, so you have to be open to receiving. You have to be flexible. You have to be willing to receive. And I feel like you can also use your sexual energy if you feel in some type of way. Oh, that scared me. Okay. If you're feeling some type of way, use that energy to manifest. Like I've mentioned in previous videos, it's pure creation. Sexual energy is pure creation. And if you're going to be creating this vortex to pull energy in and releasing your energy out into the universe, you better be intentional with that shit. So if the power of it is like, you are literally, if you're with another person, you are literally opening a portal into the spiritual realm, pulling in another soul to be born into this realm, which is, how we get babies. But or you can pull in a new car, a new home, a new job opportunity, money, whatever you want. And it's like, sexual energy is more powerful and potent than meditating for like 10 to 15 minutes. It's much more like things move a lot faster when you are in this state of mind, this state of being, this state of ecstasy. And so I think that's, This is where we're going with. This is what Spirit be talking about. This is what Spirit wants you to know at this time. So I'm just the messenger. So with this full moon in Gemini, again, keep a notebook handy. You could be receiving a lot of new information, and also bring. I think I said it earlier, but with this Mars entering Sagittarius, really be mindful of burnout. If your body is telling you to rest, you need to rest. Y'all really want me to say that? Okay, so our guides, Spirit Source wants people to know that, say for instance, you are in a relationship with someone. Ooh, we gonna get it. Ooh, okay. Say for instance, you're in a relationship with someone and maybe they're wanting sex. Maybe they're wanting just whatever they're wanting from you, and you don't have the emotional bandwidth to handle it, or to give them what they need in that moment. Say that shit. Because again, sexual transmitted energies are real. So if you're exhausted, if you're not feeling 110%, if you're not feeling like your normal self, you're giving that energy to your partner. So if you're not capable of doing that, or being everything to everybody, then don't. Your mental health, your well-being is much more important at this time, because there are a lot of different shifts happening, and you're also at this point where you're trying to build something really incredible. And again, you want to be intentional with how you use your energy. And if you don't have the emotional bandwidth to give to others, then say that. Communicate what you need. That's very Capricorn energy as well. So we do have Chiron going direct on the 19th, and then we also have, I don't know why you won't, there we go. We also have Venus stationing retrograde in Capricorn. So Chiron is there's a few debates on it, but whatever. It's essentially, from what I understand, it's like a little asteroid, and its significance is Chiron is a centaur from ancient Grecian times, way back then, and he was considered the wounded healer. So he had all this knowledge, and he would heal everyone else but himself. And so the thing is, with Chiron going direct, I believe in Aries, if I'm not mistaken, which is also Mars energy, it's like a lot of there's going to be a lot of emotional wounds that are going to come up that are going to allow you to heal them. You know, they're coming up for air. So it's like now you have the knowledge, you have the wisdom, you have the experience to heal them in the correct way, so that when we step into 2022, it's like your perspective completely shifts. You know, it's like you're completely in the state of mind where, you know, say for instance, if you're, again, you have to communicate. If you are in a relationship with someone or a partnership or whatever, a friendship, and say for instance, they kind of trigger you, don't be afraid to communicate that trigger. Because again, if people, love is a verb. If people truly care about you, they're not going to intentionally hit your triggers. And that's the thing that you have to keep in mind with relationships and stuff like that. So again, communicate it. And if they completely disregard what you need in that moment, then you know what to do with that person from that point on. And the thing is, it's like with Chiron, it's going to show you like certain things that you've been neglecting, if you're not already aware of it now. And it's going to put you in the state where you have the energy, you have the will, you have everything you need to heal those aspects in healthy ways, in order to, you know, simply just start this fresh new cycle, start this new year without baggage from however long ago. Because Chiron has been retrograde, or it's been moving real slow, you know, not going its normal speed for quite some time. So then we have Venus stationing retrograde in Capricorn. And so all retrograde means is that it's really slowing down. So it's really going to put you in this space where you really have to pay attention to what you value, what you desire, what you need from romantic connections or any sort of connections in general, what you need for yourself, especially when it comes down to self-care. That's very Venus energy. You know, what are some ways that you can reinvigorate yourself, or because I feel like there's a lot of people kind of feeling very numb right now, and I think that we need to do more to engage our sensuality or engage our five senses, and our sixth sense as well, you know, a third eye. So and then Capricorn, like I mentioned before, it's very much the CEO, the business type. So again, it's like Capricorns are also very straightforward. So it's like, if you need something, say it. If you want something, say it, you know. And also, if you're trying to create something stable with someone, this energy is going to be great to figure out, is this person worth, you know, building something stable with, you know, because Capricorn rules your skeletal system, you know, the foundation, the thing that keeps you upright, you know. And so it's like, is this person someone that I want to create something solid with? Is this business idea something that could create something solid for me? And Capricorn is a very persistent energy. It's the goat. So it's like, it's like, if that's what you want, you're going to put forth the effort. And same thing with someone else that you're kind of dealing with at that time. But you also have to put in the effort with yourself as well, because when you take care of what you need to take care of internally, externally, it's going to give you exactly what you give out. You know, again, like I mentioned before, sexual energy or creative energy, whatever you get, whatever you put out, you're going to receive it. And you got to be aware of what you're putting out. And yeah, that's the biggest thing that I'm also hearing with Venus in retrograde in Capricorn. Capricorn is very forceful. You know, like I mentioned before, it does represent the devil card in tarot. No means no. No means no. If someone, I'm feeling, and I don't want to speak it on anybody. I just want people to be aware and to be careful. Since this Capricorn energy can be very forceful, there might be a lot of information coming out in the media concerning sexual assault. sorry, trigger warning, I should have said that beforehand, but also, again, you need to be aware of your surroundings as well. You know, I'm not gonna sit here and be like, I'm not even that kind of person to be like, oh, you ask for it, because that's fucking stupid. Like, who asked for that kind of shit? It's just like, you have to be aware. If your intuition is telling you that this person, this thing, this situation, this place is not okay, don't fucking go. You know, that's the only advice I could really give you, you know. And I know for me, it's like, I've definitely had, you know, an affinity for hood dudes, and I ain't gonna say all of them are just, you know, gung-ho about doing some reckless shit, but again, you know, there's time and place for everything, and there, you know, there's some people you just don't want to fuck with, or just get involved with, or I don't want to put that stereotype on hood dudes, but like, you just gotta be careful. Actually, it ain't even hood dudes too, because white people be on some bullshit too. School shootings, hey. Anyway, yeah, so keep those things in mind. So I did pull some tarot cards and a couple, ooh, yes. Here we go. This is from my Angel Tarot deck. So we have 7 of Wands, Rael, I hope I'm saying that right, I apologize if I'm not, 7 of Swords, Menekel, and then we have the Hermit, Ibamia. I'm probably butchering the fuck out of their names, and I am so sorry, y'all. I'm talking to the angels. Okay, so these are the cards I have. So with the 7 of Wands, Rael, the expected god, liberation, deliverance from enemies, both visible and invisible. Yeah. So I feel like there's going to be a lot of liberation from limiting beliefs, a lot of stagnant energy as well, especially with this Mars energy. And with the 7 of Wands, again, you have to fight for your own peace. You have to fight for yourself. Not saying it has to be always intense, you know, but it's like, if there's something that you need, if there's something that you want, you need to say it, and you need to be 10 toes down about what you want. Don't allow people to step all over your boundaries for whatever reason. And also, if there are individuals in your circle who are not being triggered, if there's individuals in your circle who are not being as supportive as you need to again be 10 toes down. If this is what you want to do, if this is what you need to fulfill yourself, go for it. Be 10 toes down. And again, you are also protected, and you're also going to have, you know, like this card says, deliverance from enemies, visible and invisible. You know, there's going to be a lot of people who don't agree with what you do, and so this is your life, you know, at the end of the day. So it's just like, and it's like, if you want to continue, again, building foundations with individuals who prefer to see you at the level that they are, then that's where you're going to stay. You know, if you have to be willing to build your own self up, you know, sometimes, you know. But I do believe that, you know, if there are individuals who don't support you in the way that you need, I am a strong believer that God is going to put other individuals who can give you the support system that you need, you know. And yeah. So we have the 7 of Swords, which is very much like, again, there could be individuals or situations that are taking your energy, or stealing from you, and not maybe like physically. I did mention sexual assault. Please be careful out there. Like, please be careful out there. It's just, I'm feeling, it's just like, times are so weird right now. And, you know, not everybody is at the same level as you. So it's like, they're not going to respect certain boundaries. But again, your intuition is your best friend, is your saving grace. And I really don't want anyone to get hurt. And that's the reason why I'm saying this. It's just like, please be careful, you know, and use the buddy system, use whatever you need to do to make sure that, like, just do whatever you can in your power to make sure that you're safe. And if you, I'm trying not to cry. And if you have been through some sort of sexual assault, please, 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 please find a therapist. And, you know, be straight up with them, and just to make sure that, like, they understand where you're coming from. Because, and also, sexual assault doesn't just have to do with some random person that you met. You know, it can also be someone that you are in a relationship with, and they bulldoze past your boundaries. You know, it's like you say that you're not in the mood, or you say that you don't want to do anything in particular, or you just don't have the energy, or you just don't want to, simply. And they still push past what you're saying, or they still don't acknowledge what you're saying or what you're feeling. Like, it doesn't just result in, you know, a wild night at the club. It can happen in the home as well. But this card is Menekel, God nurturing and maintaining everything. So whatever you need to do to maintain your mental health is what you need to do. And don't allow people to make you feel ashamed for what has happened to you, or what you're going through, or where you're trying to go. Because again, they want to keep you at the level that they're at, and that's not okay. So we have knowledge of good and evil, appease divine anger, cures epilepsy. Yeah. I will say this though, for the people who, you might not know it, I hope this brings comfort to someone, but if there have been anyone who has dealt with sexual assault on any level, and you know, there's so many levels to it, they are going to get their karma. And it's funny because we do have the karma card right here, which I'll get to in a sec. They are going to get their karma. Maybe not in this lifetime, but in the next. You know, the next lifetime, they could be a fucking cockroach. And, you know, it's just like, you know, their time is coming. And that's something that, again, you don't let God handle that. Because when you completely detach as best as you can, if you detach your energy from an individual or a situation that is low vibrational, or has done something so terrible to you, something that seems as if it could be unforgivable, do your best to forgive them, to heal, to detach from them. Because if you are attached to them in any way and karma hits them, you might also receive a little bit of that karma. Not saying, you know, that's just, I don't know where that's coming from, but that's just something to keep in mind. You know, like, don't sit there and resent this person to where that if energetically, if something happens to them, it could also come back and hit you as well. You know, your healing is the most important thing, and they gonna get theirs one way or another. And it might not even be anything related to the situation. It could be someone was like, you know what? I'm a curb stomp this bitch. I don't know. It could be like someone random is see this person and they're like, I'm a curb stomp this bitch. Yeah. I don't know where they came from. But anyway, so we have the Hermit, Ibamia. Word of God creating all. Alchemy and transformation. Rules natural events. Helps with spiritual progress. Exactly. The Hermit is an individual who goes within to see what they need and to realize and recognize that they have everything within themselves to get things done. Like, you have to remind yourself how powerful you truly are, and point blank period. That's what you got to do, and that's okay. And that's And also your words. You know, we have a lot of air energy with Mercury and Gemini. So be intentional with your words, you know, because karma. So karma, and we do have divine love as well. So with karma, we have, there's nothing from a past life that can't be addressed in the current life. So again, back to that Chiron going direct, or that Chiron energy, address it now. Address it now. Do whatever you can to heal now. Again, we are entering a new year. Do you want to take this new baggage, this old baggage, into a new year, into a new cycle, into a new relationship? No, you don't. So do what you feel is best. Again, I'm a huge advocate for therapy. If you cannot afford therapy, journaling is easy. You can get a journal from the Dollar Tree. You know, there ain't no excuse nowadays. So we have divine love. When you offer everything to the divine with detachment, you begin a love affair with spirit. Yes. You know, this loving connection with spirit is something that, like, it's one of those things where it's like, you think I grew up in the church, and it's like, you think growing up in the church that the pastor kind of explained how this relationship is supposed to go down, but he actually didn't, because he was probably sleeping with one of the bitches on the front row. To be real, that is not the wife, you know. So and the thing is there's a lot of things that we all need to detach from, because they don't serve our highest good. They don't serve where we're trying to go, who we're trying to be, and all of that. And that's our focus collectively. And I'm even talking to myself as well. Like, that's our focus. Our going within and realizing that God is within us. We don't have to seek elsewhere to find God. God is within us. We ain't got to do all this. We don't have to do all this bullshit to find God. You know, you really, you do what you want. I'm not telling anybody to not do this, but you don't have to go to church in order to find God, because God is within us. He is around us at all times. You know, God represents creation, and it's like nature is pure, is creation. So it's like, take into, and look, I said nature, and it's like there's flowers and butterflies around. This is all God's work, all God's doing, all God's creation. So and again, we limit God's power, but God is limitless. God is limitless. It's kind of like interesting that we've kind of put God in a box of what God can do, what God can't do. Yeah. So it's like, with this Sagittarius energy, we have to kind of be more aligned with how can we be limitless like our creator. That's the biggest thing. I think that's what I really feel this energy is really going to be teaching us. And in order to be limitless, you got to let some shit go. Whether that be physical things or mindsets, ideas, other people's projections on you, whatever that may be. Whatever you need to release, now is the time. Now is the time. Don't be so hard on yourself. Healing is not something that can happen just like that. It is a marathon. It is something that is gradual. And detach, like this card says, detach from the outcome, detach from the expectation that things are just going to like work out, you know, hella quick. You know, it's like when you detach and you allow spirit in, spirit surprises you at the most random times, and it's really beautiful how it works. You know, I had there was like, I'm gonna say this quick thing and then I'm gonna go ahead and let y'all go, but there's this one time where I was like, I'm not really sure how I'm going to, like, because I was like going out with someone and both of us were broke at the time, and I was like, I don't know how we gonna pay for this shit. So sure enough, I was like about to get on the train to go meet this person, and it was perched. It was a $10 bill perched on the sidewalk, you know, in order for, you know, in the direction of where I was going. And I was like, less. I detached from the outcome. I stopped, trying to control everything. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go because I feel my intuition is telling me to still go. But I don't know what's gonna happen. And sure enough, it was a $10 bill, which covered everything, and we had enough for the tip as well, which is it was great. So it's just like, allow the divine to surprise you, allow the divine to spread love in what you're doing and who you are. Just allow the divine to spread love and realize that you are also divine. You are a divine being having a human experience. And we have to stop putting limitations on ourselves. And we also have to stop putting limitations on what God is capable of doing. Because you never fucking know. You never know. So that's all I have to say, my beautiful babies. Please be safe out there. Sending love. And also, if you do not have the emotional bandwidth for any damn thing, including the media, turn that shit off. Take a break. Whatever you need to do, do it. Do it. If you need to take a break from social media, that's also fine as well. So good luck. Be safe out there, and I'll see you again next Monday. All right.